It's time to ride it. 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Come on, pull up a chair.
Okay.
Shimmy.
Time to hit that honk shoo.
Honk, shoo, me.
Honk shoo. Me.
So welcome to the writer's room.
Are we starting?
Yeah, we
Are
started.
We
Yeah, we started.
Hi everyone, how are we doing? I believe we might be prepared for another silly loopy episode. Kole, how are you doing, buddy? How are you doing, buddy?
My upstairs neighbor's dryer's having some trouble. So
Having some trouble, that's putting it lightly, huh?
the exhaust vent is 80% clogged, according to the dryer. So
80%?
80%. So I was playing handyman, and I was completely useless because it's not what I'm good at. But I tried.
Yeah.
And now we get to hire an actual handyman.
Nice. We love that.
Yes. But I'm so tired. I didn't sleep last night. I've been awake for 24 hours. I'm not kidding.
This is what you come for, right, folks? You come for this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Ugh. So
it's not funny. It's not funny. Nothing that's happened is funny.
No, it's pretty fucking funny.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. I talked to a buddy of mine about running an entirely human zoo, so
Now that's an interesting concept.
yeah.
I like that. What's the name? What's the name of your zoo?
We didn't come up
Or
with a name.
What would your how do you plan on running this thing? Where are you getting the people for the zoo? That's the
Criminals.
question.
And then one of the attractions is you get to throw various fruits and vegetables at the exhibits.
So it's a prison that you can visit.
Yeah, but then it evolved into, well, the prisoners can have families because there's nothing more fun than abusing
Oh,
children.
the prisoners. Oh, that took a turn. I was game for the concept, and then that
No,
took a left. That took a hard left.
Yeah,
I wasn't prepared for that.
I'm still holding back, by the way, in all honesty.
Oh yeah. Welcome
so,
to the writers' room. I don't know if we said that already. Have we started? Welcome to the writers' room.
Where we left off.
You already know the drill. Yeah. Where did we leave off? We're still stuck on 2.1, writing our feature film beat sheet. We are stuck on 2.1, but today, fingers crossed, is the day we finally climb out of that hole and move on to sequence 2.2, which hopefully we'll get to explain when we get out of this godforsaken hellhole that is 2.1. We just finished a fight scene. We just finished a pretty rad fight scene that Kole kind of took charge on and beat it out. Kole, would you like to go over that? Do you want to read that back, or should we just steam ahead? It's up to you.
We probably should read it back because there's a bit of a rush.
All right, I'll let you read it back while I do school things in the background. Okay, go for it, buddy.
We'll start with the beginning. Where's the beginning? Okay. So, Genier's plan, as we know, Genier snuck away from the two hunters to go see if she could find this cure, really quickly on her own so that she could kind of be done with the story. She kind of finds her target to gather. I'm okay. This blood. So she initiates combat with this Urayuli. These are the giant peaceful monsters that are protecting the town. When in reality they're being abused by the townspeople. So she engaged in combat with the newly appointed leader who is threatening to decimate the town, and she loses the fight until the hunters kind of catch wind that something's going on related to the Urayulis based on this kind of high-pitched cry during the fight with Jinye, and we get kind of a small fight with Jinye and this Urayuli before the coyote and the wolf arrive to inevitably have to save her. Not without difficulty, though. Urayulis are these big monsters, and I believe they originate in Alaska. So,
yeah.
And to be clear, the wolf is the one who does most of the saving. The coyote's still kind of the runt of the hunters, so the wolf is able to kind of take charge of combat and gain an advantage.
Yeah.
So, the leader is dead. Hold on. The new leader clutches its throat and slowly falls to the ground. It gurgles. I'm gonna make this like horribly like rough. Gurgles and gasps for air as the life slowly leaves it. Moments later, more hold.
What?
You're a Yuli. Yes. More Yuli surround. Actually, hang on. Moments later, the rest of the Urayuli tribe surround the three as the new leader goes limp. They're surrounded, Brayden. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. So I think this is probably where the old leader maybe comes in, but I don't even know, because this was the plan. I just don't remember how. I don't remember a lot of things right now, actually. But what school things are you doing, out of curiosity?
Residence housing things. A month before school starts, so that's always fun.
Whoa!
And done. Okay, cool. Hi, everyone. So I just could not wait any longer, unfortunately, for that. But now I'm locked in. I'm so locked. I'm locked.
Locked.
I got an email, but I'm ignoring it. I'm locked.
Locked.
Yes.
We have added
So
3 new bullets since you have left.
we've added 3 new bullets. Okay. This is no longer the writer's room. This is the do errands for school with me room with Brayden. Just kidding.
Could be fun,
We're locked.
actually.
Just turn on the cameras while I do school stuff.
I do think it'd be fun to like
anyways.
live stream just us doing ridiculous tasks, but we're just like talking about nonsense
Yeah,
the whole
like-
time.
Like endurance performance art, you know, like streaming. There was a quick tangent. I was in a 4D design class last quarter, so a few months ago before we started this. And one of my classmates for his final project did an endurance art performance where he live streamed 24 straight hours of him drawing on a canvas, and after a certain time period, he'd switch up the art style. If I can find his Twitch, I'll probably put it in the description because he said he'd do it again, and it was very, very interesting, very, very cool. But something like that, kind of like streaming 24 straight hours of like writing stuff would be kind of fun, kind of silly, and very, very grueling.
I don't know if I could live that long. Oh man, you've seen me in Microsoft Paint too. I don't even think I could do what that dude did.
Oh, 24 hours straight of Kole doing Microsoft Paint. The views are just gonna come in. All right, so we've killed the new leader effectively. Awesome.
Yes.
I did have an idea last episode that I didn't get a chance to chime in, but I did add a little beat. I don't know if you noticed, but when Junye gets pinned, she's pinned by the new leader, and he tanked the bullet shot on his arm. We remember, and I said here, if I can find it on this thing, yeah. The leader's gunshot wound
yeah,
bleeds.
there it is.
He tries to get to a position to drink it, but it's too tightly because we're reminding our audience of what the original goal was in this plot point. She's trying to get the blood.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
There's like it's cool. Like there's like a bit of a struggle where she's like maybe he's got like one arm on her because he's like a big monster. He's probably like has one hand on her or something, and she's trying to like kind of like lean over to this side, maybe where he's like his other arms was like dripping blood that she shot.
Maybe
she's trying to drink it, but he's keeping her restrained. But there's a couple of probably fight scenes that. Oh, hold on. What am I thinking? This is like one of the most repeated fight scene dynamics. I just can't think of an example. Basically, anytime you're thinking of a fight scene and they're fighting over the gun, this is basically what I'm trying to write in here, where they're all scrambling, they're fighting, but there's an object of like scrambling for the gun that's on the ground. You know what I'm talking about. Classic fight scene setup. But instead of a gun on the ground that will give them a competitive advantage, it's this puddle of blood. So as the coyote, the wolf, and the new leader are fighting, and you have all that beaten out, Junye gets distracted by this puddle of blood on the ground, and every time she tries to go for it to cure her monster infection, something happens that she maybe gets like kicked back, or like the puddle of blood gets stomped and like dissipates and whatnot. But like this is like a secondary plot line through this fight scene, I think, is her trying to get this blood. And I also think that gets her directly into conflict with the wolf, who will remind you needs the blood to collect for the cult, for his blood magic friends back at HQ. That's his whole goal. So now, and we can just keep that in the back of our minds, is that we're gonna do that. So I'll maybe just like, whenever the wolf comes in, I'm just gonna keep as a note. as the three others fight, Jun Ye is struggling to drink the monster blood. There we go. Okay. And that'll be interspersed throughout the next however many bullet points you had out of Coyote Wolf and new leader fighting. But here, at the end, new leader's dead. So over the new leader, leader corpse. So his head's been cut off, yeah? His head's been cut off by the...
No, it's just like, there's no way. It's raining again.
Yeah, I mean, it tends to do that sometimes.
I've been
Weather's
waiting.
crazy.
I've been waiting to mow my yard for a week and a half, Brayden. But I can't.
You sound like my...
It's an
You sound like my
electric
grandfather.
mower. So the battery compartment fills up with water, and I have to dump the water out and wait for it to dry. It takes about a day, Brayden. It takes about a day. I can't do my job if the fucking mower won't dry. You see what I'm saying?
This is some white hair, 70-year-old ass Republican grown adult rant right here.
I had
You
coffee
can't
on
mow
my
your
porch
lawn.
this morning.
Anyways, back to writing. That sucks for you, buddy.
You know what? No, this is the
over-
mowing room. I don't know. Yes.
Mow-
Over the leader's
mowing
new
room.
corpse.
So he hasn't been decapitated. He's been what?
It's
chopped
2
into
hours
pieces.
of us using a pull start. It's just like...
It's just like and, like how, at what point do people realize like it's just like 3 seconds looped? It's just like
Yeah. We're just teasing all of
Anyway.
like the dudes. Just it's just like it doesn't ever start.
Just wait, audience. When we get to a point where we have no episodes lined up, we're just gonna have the mowing room episode drop on a random Wednesday. So how does he die? Remind me.
So
Wolf uses his
the whip gets around
whip-like
his
machete.
neck and he pulls and it unravels and it just kind of slowly just cuts the skin and flesh off of his neck, but it doesn't
Oh, so
decapitate him. So it's more just like a
he gets-
throat slit thing.
He gets spaghettied. He gets spaghettied. Okay, cool. So, Jun Ye dives onto new leader's spaghettied head. Why won't it let me type spaghetti? That's a word. It won't let me. It doesn't like that.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
But the wolf prevents her from getting to the blood. Direct conflict with characters that we've introduced. This is mine. Temp dialogue. This is mine. Stop. That's some great dialogue right there.
I've had a thought.
I like thoughts.
What if she does
I
get to it?
really like thoughts. Then what happens?
See, and I know that I'm setting myself up to have to create more stuff, but I'm just like, what if it's like...
I mean, if we've established that the Yuri blood gives you omniscient powers, if she takes just a sip, does she just get like a vision of the future?
Well, that's kind of the thing,
Is that what
is
happens?
she's still human, so she's not technically supposed to be able to use that, but I'm wondering if it's like...
I don't really see why she wouldn't be able to use that. just because she's not a monster hunter. That monster hunters don't have anything special about them in their biochemistry, do they? I was under the impression that they don't.
They can't
They're
get
just
infected by monster blood. They're almost part monster in a sense because they can use the blood as abilities.
They've all done that.
Yeah, they can all
They're
kind
all
of
like that.
Yeah, they're all like that. So they're technically human, but they're able to. They've undergone a thing that allows them, and I haven't figured out that MacGuffin yet.
So it's like a monster vaccine. They've just been like giving themselves doses of monster blood to build up an immunity to the point where they're almost now part monster.
That's one way.
The mechanic.
That's one way to we could describe it. Another way is just like they're just like slightly mutated.
I don't want them to just be like born like that, you know? That's kind of silly.
No, I don't. No, I think
That's silly.
They underwent.
That doesn't make sense in the world either.
They underwent a painful process to be able to become a monster hunter.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I do think it's almost kind of like they're getting microdosed on monster blood to build up this mutation / immunity to the point where now they're able to like tank the monster blood.
I think it's like
have any like
it's a special concoction mixed with like a ritual maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
I can see that.
And we have time to work that out, but so
yeah, right.
That keeps our rule set as humans can't.
That mechanic makes sense to me now. Because before I didn't really see what was special about him, but now it makes sense. Now that we just like kind of talked that out. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because it's not like they get anything else enhanced. They're just able to they're able to utilize. They're almost like alchemists, actually. That's a great way to put it. Is like they're
alchemists.
They're almost like alchemists. That's it's the closest thing to what we're kind of creating here.
Gotcha.
So my thought was
your thoughts.
What if? And I'm making stuff up, but what if?
That's kind of what this whole thing is.
Well, yeah, she gets to the blood, and it's like she goes into the abyss. It's like we're in her mind for a second, and she sees a glimpse of a monster of some sort that she eventually will turn into. Now we the audience don't know that. We just see something freaky. And I'm not even saying we don't see the whole thing. We see something. We're not even sure what it is. That's a thought that I've had, but I'm not sure if that breaks the rules. And do we need to have a thing where it's like she gets the blood, she drinks it, or does something? Does that accelerate her transformation?
Okay. I think we've mentioned before that each monster's blood does something different.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like
they all have their own special abilities, whatnot.
I think like throwaways were the ones that are just like, all right, they heal, and that's most of what.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, I think that's the only weird thing.
But so there's only a couple special ones. Uriuli's being one of the significantly few special blood powers.
Yeah.
I don't want to box ourselves in too early, especially if we need a MacGuffin later.
Well, yeah. And it's not like we've addressed what the rules are entirely, so we have plenty of wiggle room to change our minds. But I mean, like, I want stuff besides just like premonitions, like. And I think we're going based on the monster's lore for the most part. But it's like when we have throwaway monsters that just like aren't really meant to be like a special anything. Like it's just like a hairy it's just like a hairy humanoid beast. There's no lore behind it. We made it up and they are put in the story to be killed. The end.
Yeah. I think we agree on that. I think we gotta use those details sparingly. We can't just have every monster be able to do fuck all, you know?
Yeah.
Choosing when to place a detail when, I think, is going to be the key to make this world feel lived in and also not OP in a way.
So
What are you thinking about now?
But so yeah, I guess that comes back to my thought is, should we let her get to the blood or should we? Here's the problem: if we don't let her get to the blood, she has no reason necessarily. She has a slight reason to trust the coyote, but I don't know that it's enough to 100% trust him based on everything so far. If she doesn't trust him enough to stick with him and sneak away to do this, I mean, I feel like this would create more distrust with her, which is fine. But it's tougher to bond the coyote and her if we don't have her learn from a mistake right now.
So like this.
Maybe.
What's your counterpoint?
Well, I don't think he would let her accelerate this. Like, I don't think that either of them would let her do this. Now, the wolf is trying to prevent her because he wants the Hang on, I gotta take my shoes off. I gotta take my shoes off. I don't know why I have my shoes on, but I gotta take my shoes off.
You think better with your shoes off.
Yeah. Feet are hot. Not sexy hot, but temperature hot. And they're moist.
No one thought
yeah,
you were saying sexy hot.
Yeah, who asked? I think I might be overthinking this, but I'm just like, okay, if these events play out, it's hard for us to have her gain trust. If what you said plays out, it's like the coyote doesn't care enough about getting her special blood to HQ before she transforms.
Okay.
There's gotta be a third one where it's just like... she just ends up getting there. Wait, where is the coyote? He's
in the area. He's nearby at least.
So he's furthest away from Yuli because he got thrown away.
Yeah.
Jinye is pretty much right next to the Yuli because she was trying to get this puddle of blood, and the wolf is also right next to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my pitch.
I'm listening.
She goes up to the Yuli. The wolf is like, well, she's human. She knows better than to drink this blood. I don't think he knows she's infected yet.
Okay.
Well, that's a question. I actually don't remember.
I don't think we've mentioned it to the wolf.
Yeah, I just confirmed, I think. So, she does this in front of him, and he's like, oh my god, you idiot, and he's about to shoot her, like the coyote was going to at the very beginning. That's my pitch. And that's when the coyote...
So we just do the same scene again?
But the coyote steps in, and then this is when the wolf kind of learns about... Ah, god, it is the same scene again. Shit.
Yeah, it's the same scene.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know then. I don't know.
I really wish, like, we could just have, like, live comments so the audience could just tell us what to do. Audience, tell us what to do, you know? But
yeah,
it doesn't work like that when you do week ahead uploads.
Yeah.
It's okay. We don't need your help. So we don't need your help. So fuck off for a second.
Okay. Let's... How do we... Alright, let's pretend to just go with this for right now. How does
Got it.
she trust the coyote if she's not able to make her mistake here?
So, building trust with Coyote when she's being prevented from doing what she believes is the answer to her troubles.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to prove to her, I guess, that that's not the course of action that they're going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't want the whole thing to be distrust. But, I mean, that might be the route. I mean, unless we make her MacGuffin blood do something special. But, I mean... and that could be the MacGuffin of why the Urayuli stand down. Because, remember, they're surrounded right now.
Mm-hmm.
By Urayuli. So they're kind of all slightly, like, on edge because they're like, alright, we might be dead here.
Let's see.
Let's might have fucked us.
In what way, though?
Well, we're in a corner, and it's very difficult to get out of. It seems like. Which, you know, happens. You know, when the CW's in a corner with those old DC shows, they got the multiverse involved. But we're not.
So are you saying that we need to do like Flashpoint, where the Flash comes running in and saves everything?
Well, okay, that comic book's actually really good, so how dare you do that? But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But no, we're not lazy.
No, we're not.
Shoot, dude. You know, just while we're thinking, I had another thought the other day about Jinye, because we know we have a false, like, climax and then a true climax, where she transforms. I had a thought of, what if she turns into a not American folk-based monster? What if she turns into a Chinese-based monster? And I haven't done any research on that to know what that would be, but I wonder if that would be interesting.
Maybe? I don't know. We'll have to think about that.
I wanted to plant the seed in your mind so that we could think about it, but...
Yeah. I just don't know if I would want to do that and it come across as being like, oh, of course she's got to turn into a fucking dragon.
That was,
that's racist.
Yeah, that was my fear.
Like, I wouldn't want that to be the...
It wouldn't be
I would want it to be like... Yeah. I would want it to be more of like a celebration of like Asian and specifically Chinese culture and heritage and mythology, instead of just being like, oh, they just wanted to do a
we would
blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would.
I think that's just something to keep in mind for sure.
We would dig and find something that fits her character, not just because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be. That way either.
That would be lazy. That would definitely be. That would be lazy.
Yeah.
And we just said that we weren't lazy writers.
Yeah.
We're not doing the multiverse get out of jail free card.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna make a mistake by just rushing into a plot point and then having it be something that we wouldn't want our names attached to. So thinking about things, guys.
So
we're not ignorant. Maybe a little ignorant, but not dumb.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, yes. Okay, I've had a thought.
All right.
They are surrounded. what if the tribe prevents them from harvesting the blood altogether?
How would that happen?
Well, they're surrounded by these
They just come in.
gigantic monsters.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're not gonna kill them, maybe? Like, there's gosh, but then I gotta come with a reason.
I mean, I wish I could, like, pull up to the previous episode, because I feel like I said something about the Yuri-Yuli using their own blood as a part of a ritual or something. And so if they deemed their own blood as sacred, and they just seen that their leader just died, they would probably want that blood if that was already in their, like, their society.
So,
I mean, that's the route we want to go.
I watched that episode today, and edited that episode today. Fun behind the scenes thing for you folks at home. There was talk of, I don't think it's in there now, but there was talk of the old leader died, and he was being burned, and I think there was talk of, like, them doing like a funeral ritual of some kind. But we didn't end up doing that. We ended up kind of skipping over it. But that is a possibility. But as of now, the old leader's still alive and doesn't like what the new leader's doing.
Okay.
That's where we're at right now.
Yes.
Damn, I really wanted to make good progress, too. And we were doing so well. No, we weren't. We've only made it like 3 or 4 bullet points. Yeah.
You think about it too much.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
We're doing good. What do you think?
I want to take a little pause for a second to remind you, mainly, and also our audience. When we started this feature journey, and I was going through the beauties of writing a feature film, do you remember what I said? Do you remember what I said about how long this would be?
You said the script writing itself would be 8 episodes.
I did say that. It's been like 10, 11 maybe now episodes of just not even getting halfway through the beat sheet.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not going back on my word. I just want to make everyone aware again that I did say that. And look at where we are now.
Well, we're still constructing the world is kind of the problem. Like, once the world's built, we just have to, like, add in the extra details. And that's gonna go, I think you're right, actually, on the 8 episode thing. But this is gonna be a long season, too.
It's like we're building, not only we're building the world, but we're building the plot.
Oh, yeah.
Because I definitely didn't want to get bogged down in world building in sacrificing plot. And I didn't want to sacrifice world building for plot.
Yeah.
So doing that at the same time, not only I think will help us construct a better film, it's gonna be a slog sometimes. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah. Which we're feeling that in sequence 2.1 especially, because we're still on
2.1
part 1 of 3 in sequence 2.1. I think
4. There's 4 sequences.
So we're on two of 4. 2 of 4.
In the whole movie, there's 8. We're on 3 of 8 sequences beating out. We're getting there slowly but surely. Once we honestly, this is probably the hardest part of a movie to write. I think getting started on the second act is just it's difficult. Because this is really where your plot starts. Okay, all of Act 1, the first 30 minutes is getting introduced to characters and then setting up everything that's about to happen in this part of the movie. Now we're in that part and we're having to figure out everything right now because everything that we set up here has to pay off in the end. So we're pulling double duty, triple duty, doing everything that we set up in the beginning, making sure everything pays off in the end, and then doing the plot right now. We're it's juggling. It's pretty much juggling ideas around, and it's not easy. It's not. I don't think it ever has been, and that's why screenwriters are awesome sometimes.
Okay, the outline does not help at all.
No, the outline does not help at all. We have the plot. We just don't know how it goes.
Here's the thing. All right. Let's say what we want out of this situation. Okay?
You want to do it at the same time, or do you want to go, like, take turns?
Let's take turns. I for sure want the coyote to walk away with a vial of the Urayuli blood.
Why? May I ask why?
Because I want him to use that later in the plot for a really cool action scene. That is it.
Okay. So, obviously the wolf doesn't need to know. He needs to be secretive about this. The wolf can't know because then the wolf would be mega pissed.
It's either that or they're just brotherly enough to where the coyote's like, ha, and takes this vial. It's like, my payment. That's the only other way I can see that going.
Maybe.
Because
I don't know. We'll have to, I think once we write out the wolf, and I think that having him sneak it creates more conflict.
Yeah.
I think if he just gets away with it too easily, then that tension that would be there normally would just dissipate, and then we wouldn't be able to pay that off later. I think
True.
So. Just in way of creating conflict that isn't forced, because we can both agree that the wolf would do that because that's the kind of character he is.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like we're forcing it or creating false conflict. We have an avenue for natural conflict. Why wouldn't we take that? You know?
Yeah. The next thing, which is vastly more important to me, is Junye has to learn from this. She has made a mistake. She has to learn that this was a bad idea.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's where I'm struggling. That's where I'm struggling. Because if the wolf prevents her from getting to the blood, I'm not sure she will learn as much. But I don't know. Because I don't know what situations... There's a lot of different paths here that I'm struggling to pick between. Because we could go a route where it's just like, oh, it's depressing as fuck. We get to watch all these Urayuli mourn this leader. But then why wouldn't they kill our heroes? But those are like the two big things. I think the third minor thing is I want there to be some reason the wolf stays behind, because I don't want him to journey with Junye and the coyote.
Yeah.
I want him to just kind of pop back up later. Those are my three things.
Pop back up, but I want him to come back.
Yeah. Those are my three wants. Do you have wants?
Okay. Let me think.
Mm-hmm.
What do I want out of this sequence?
Look, just the situation. Let's narrow it down so that we can get out of this situation.
To get out of this situation, what do I want?
Mm-hmm.
I would agree that I also want Junye to have a development moment here where she learns that doing this bullheaded kind of tunnel vision act, which is very reminiscent of how the coyote acts, which is why I think he maybe can see a bit of himself in her in this moment. That she needs to learn her lesson here.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to. She's new to the monster world. She's new to all of this happening. This is where it's no longer fun and games that she made a mistake, even though it wasn't fun and games before because she's infected. Mm-hmm. But for now, definitely is when the excuses kind of stop for her, and she's like, "Oh shit, I have to lock in. Literally, I have to lock in right now."
Mm-hmm.
So I think something needs to happen here that gives us that moment of being locked in we are on this journey and nothing else is gonna pull me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in doing something, maybe it is drinking the blood. I don't know yet, but maybe it is, where she gets to a point where now she's a liability, maybe to the wolf, if she doesn't continue with the coyote. Mm-hmm. Maybe now the wolf's interests get involved, and that's what kind of brings all of this together. I think that's number one important. That's what we need to do in this bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. I think I'd want out of this.
We both agree that Jinya's development is absolutely crucial right here.
Yeah, this is it started off as introducing the wolf and getting to Coyote backstory. Now is definitely where we get back to Jinya. She's our protagonist. We need her to have a clear, obvious mode of development here where we can see things are happening and she's not just like a static character where nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
This is the moment where that needs to hit really hard, or we kind of just like lose sight of it. If we don't do it here, it's not gonna happen in any discernible way. Did you just realize?
Yep.
It's fine. I don't know if you noticed, but I also added a little purple light right here, so we would be matching. I got a little purple on my face now, too.
Yeah, I just completely forgot. But, yeah, so... Well, you know what? You know what else we can use, though? I don't know if you remember this, but...
Don't say Microsoft Paint. We're not going back.
I don't want to use
No,
I'm not doing Microsoft Paint right now. The monsters, the Yuri-Yuli, they can talk. It's not English, but they can talk. So we might be able to use that.
Yeah, we did say that we wanted them to communicate.
So it might... Yeah. It might be a thing where the wolf talks his way out of it, in a sense. But that doesn't get us to Jinya learning her lesson. That gets them out of being surrounded from the Yuri-Yuli. But it's like maybe the old leader, and I'm just spitballing, maybe the old leader's very aware of the hunter HQ and knows that if all of the hunters come after them, they can go extinct. Like, they are afraid of the hunters as a collective. But that's just a thought. I'm not sure. The old hunter's more peaceful and more wise, I think. But he hasn't been able... he can't be super wise, though, because he can't escape the town. Wow, this is... Yeah.
Can I bring something up?
Yes.
When I was first thinking about this, how this sequence, I wanted this sequence to play out.
Mm-hmm.
We have a whole town full of people that could come back in this moment. The way that I originally... Here, let me just run through what I thought this scene could play out as.
Mm-hmm.
So... Jinya tries to get the blood from the spaghetti head. Wolf prevents her. Like, no, I'm taking this back to the HQ. Like, you ruined my plan. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not letting you mess this up anymore for me. And the monster hunters. So, then something like that where she learns her lesson. Maybe the coyote pulls her aside and is like, yeah, this is how things work around here.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I don't know. We have the Yuri-Yuli come up, like the whole group is like, hey, you just killed our leader guy. Like, we're not happy about that. Townsfolk come in, because I'm sure they've heard a commotion in their very valuable forest farm of Yuri-Yuli. They're all coming to maybe solve matters. They see one of their Yuri-Yuli, the leader no less, killed and blood is on the monster hunter's hands. And we're like, yo, I thought we were like, you don't do this. Maybe it's like, I thought we had an agreement. You're not going to come to our neck of the woods and kill our monsters that are living peacefully and hurting no one important. And so they basically, our three characters, maybe the wolf gets to stay because we don't want him to go on this journey with our characters, but they get run out of town for killing the monster. Junye definitely, because I guess she kind of like started the conflict, and so maybe the wolf is able to like weasel his way out of this. Like, yeah, it was if they did it, then get them out of here. So Coyote and Junye get to go, but then maybe it's like a poignant last image of this sequence. Junye looks back and she sees maybe a morsel of the truth, where the townspeople are going to be like, get back, Yuri, and work for us, and blah blah blah. And maybe we see that they're a little bit more evil than we thought. We said that they were like torturing and
maybe they have to
forcing these Yuri.
Maybe they have to walk back through town to get to where they're going.
Yeah, possibly.
Which would make that even easier, because then we can just have them walk past something. I like it. We just have to remember, I think our rule was Yuri and hunters are the only ones that can communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think I like your padding there.
It's not like the townspeople. It's not like the townspeople. It's like a dog hater talking to a dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like there's clearly no there's no like 2-level street communication. It's one person yelling at an animal to like force them to do something.
Yeah.
It's like kicking a dog, you know? It's like that kind of like, that's not going to solve anything. It's just, but that's what the townspeople are that's why they're kind of coercing the Yuri to do things, because of threats of violence.
Yeah, it's
which
like
is what I think most like animal abuse starts from, is that kind of stuff.
Creating a hostile environment of some sort. I like your pathing, I think. I still think we're missing the only thing we're missing
Junye's bit.
This. So we still need to figure out what she learns. Which you mentioned, just like, yeah, she learned something in your explanation, but we still need to figure that.
She learned something. It has to be. I mean, so what's the cardinal sin she commits here? I mean, just simple. What does she do here that she's not supposed to be doing? Which maybe ties into the theme of the whole movie.
So,
I don't think it's a trick question, honestly.
On the outside, technically, on the outside, she's done nothing. On the inside, she has...
I think she's done something.
Destroyed this tribe's only chance for freedom.
She's attacked a monster. She's attacked a perfectly innocent monster in this situation.
Yes and no. This monster was planning to wipe out this town, which is fine because they're being abusive, but there's everything's a gray area in this world. So there's really no black and white. Is kind of the problem with that wording.
But you know what? She doesn't know any of that. She's attacking a monster. She's attacking an animal that maybe, like, at least to her, with her knowledge, doesn't deserve to be murdered. You know? I think that's kind of part of the lesson of the whole
yeah, so, well, and then with that logic, and the wolf can do, you know, his thing against this, but maybe the old leader was like the father of the new leader, and it's like the old leader's clearly like distraught and upset that his son is now dead. So maybe we could do something with that. And then Junye is just like, oh boy, what have I done?
Yeah.
And it's like she can't understand what they're saying, but she can clearly see when...
You can read the emotion.
Yeah,
you know when a dog is sad. Yeah.
So maybe that's the lesson here. And then Coyote can go on like a lecture rant thing when they've kind of left this area of.
I think that gives them an opportunity to have a really fruitful conversation with each other. Like, what the hell just happened back there?
Mm-hmm.
The Coyote's. I still think the Coyote's stuck in his ways of what he's known, so he's not fully turned heel. I mean, not turned heel, but turned babyface yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, it's just the natural order of things. We return to the ground, and some aren't happy with the timing. And Shunye's like, I think I just killed you say I killed a monster, but I think I just killed an animal of nature. And he's like, nature is relative and yada yada yada. Like conversation like that,
or he's even
where
more
we're planting the
blunt about
seeds.
Where he's like, you did.
Yeah.
There's a side that totally could just be like, yeah, you did. No, you killed. Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So then here's my new pitch. The new leader recognizes the wolf and the coyote as hunters, but then sees his son, is distraught, and rushes over to this corpse to, be a mourning father.
Yeah. Grief overcomes revenge in this moment.
Yes. But then the wolf is immediately aggressive towards the old leader and backs him up. And the old leader, who has some fear, kind of, is still very clearly upset, but kind of does what the wolf wants. And we briefly mentioned this, the scavenger hunters can come in, and the coyote and Jinye can bounce at that point.
I thought it was like the scavenger hunters were like weeks out and they would come later.
I'm spitballing again.
I think that's maybe an opportunity for the townsfolk to come into the fray and be like, what's going on here?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, and then so during that, the coyote and Jinye slip away. So then the wolf starts communicating with the old leader. And
I'm having ideas.
And the townsfolk.
Something.
I don't know if the townsfolk are upset or not, because it's like they probably had an idea that the new leader was gonna turn on them. So they may be secretly like happy about this.
I think they initially come into the scene angry because they don't know who's died, but like, you've attacked our farm, like our forest, yeah, and then they see it's like the new leader, and it's like, oh, okay, the wolf, our friend, is here to help us.
Yeah.
So they cut like a under the table deal or something. It's like, I just need a couple of, and then like this is like off-screen conversation of like, I just need to take out a couple of the big ones that want to attack, get their blood, and you can just live with the others and do what you want with them. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of like, that's the wolf improvising a solution to what he wants.
Yeah. Okay.
In this situation.
Okay.
And I don't think we need to see any of that yet. Maybe like in a flashback, but I don't even think that's necessary. So
yeah.
That might be a bit cheesy.
But yeah, I don't even know how we would reveal that later, but
and also, I think that commotion when the wolf gets preoccupied with putting out that fire is when the coyote is able to dip a vial of Yuri blood, take it with him.
Yeah, and then as he leaves, they exchange looks or something, and it's just like the wolf is like, "Yeah, your job's done. You can go," because the wolf's like, "I got this."
And then I think, then we can have maybe Jinye sees the coyote got it, the blood, and there's a conversation there. It's like, oh, you got it for me? So I'm cured now. And he's like, no, this is part of it, though. You have to trust me. And then we're going to use that blood for something later. Because I do think that if we're spending this much time of the plot on this part of this blood, it has to come back in a pretty big way. But I don't think that she needs to take it because it's like, not yet, child. You have to trust me on this.
I think the
And
coyote.
that's where maybe.
I think he uses it to help them get out of HQ. That's what I think he uses it for. I don't think he doesn't know that yet, obviously, but yeah. All right. Well,
but
then
it's an important bit. I think that's maybe where we can test their trust. It's like, okay, you can't drink this, but this will help you. You just have to trust me. Mm-hmm. And obviously, she's probably not going to at first. It's like, no, give me the blood and I'll be cured. And he's like, it doesn't work like that. You're in my world now.
Yeah.
You just have to trust me. I want you to. He has to prove that he's like genuinely wants her to be okay.
Yeah.
And maybe it's an action, maybe it's something he says, but that turns the tide for Jeonye. That's where we get the moment of trust. And then we can kind of segue from that into recap of like, hey, what the hell happened? Let's talk about our feelings. Maybe that's not like great wording, but that's kind of what the sequence is.
I almost wonder if he's angry, but I think, all right, so let's do this. What you just said, let's just summarize like we have kind of down here in one bullet so that we can pick up on it next time. Because we are
out of time.
We're at an hour and a minute.
All right, so let's quickly bullet out everything that we just said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just go to town and I'm with you.
What did I say? Again. I think the wolf he's a bit upset. I think he's not very happy.
Yeah, he's probably like I would even
unhappy.
I would even get rid of this. And it's like she doesn't go for the blood yet. He is just like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like we don't even get like she doesn't even get the chance to like go for
You ruined everything.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. Typical kind of villain adjacent talk.
Yeah.
Coyote is hobbling. He's not hobbling. He's probably coming to defend her, but he's still a bit away.
I think this is the old leader.
The other Yuli come up.
They're actually already here at this point still.
But so they're already there.
I think the old leader pushes his way through the crowd and then they...
Present, known. Old leader pushes his way to the front.
Mm-hmm.
Seems mad, but is actually grieving the loss of his son.
Yeah.
Sad.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma. Etc.
Yep.
The wolf takes advantage of this vulnerability, tries to strong arm old leader.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For more blood, of course.
Yeah, just a bunch of threats or something to that effect.
The townsfolk return. What the hell happened here?
Mm-hmm.
They just killed their prized livestock.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put that in quote marks because that's how they think.
Yeah. Okay.
During this commotion, Coyote comes up, sneaks some Urayuli blood
Yep, good spelling.
into a vial. Yeah, there we go. and whisks Junye away. Then, as they are leaving, the wolf shows new leader dead body to town. They seem kind of chill about it.
Yeah.
Then another little detail: the usually look like scarred, wounded dogs now that the townsfolk are here.
Mm-hmm.
What caused that shift in
tone?
I'll just say what caused that shift.
Fair.
And we know it's because they're
Yeah.
they're not so good owners / caretakers to these Uriuli, and that's something that will be explored. But basically, that's kind of
that brings us essentially
all
to the next bullet, which is just Junye and the Coyote's argument.
Yeah.
Which I think will
happen in this next bit.
Yeah, but we'll save that for next episode because we'll have to fully think out how that plays out. Let's at least get that down though. Hold on, let's get that down.
Yeah, you can write it down, but as you're doing that. So, folks, in the next episode, we're going to talk a little bit about table setting. And I'm going to give y'all a mini lesson in causality. I know we've talked about it before, but now more than ever before, causality is going to be front and center in this next sequence because that's when all of the fun turns to shit around the midpoint. So that's where we're building up to in this next bit. We're going to do this. We're going to write out this Junye Coyote argument. We're going to try to get as far as we can in table setting. This is where the movie really takes shape and takes a turn for the worse for the characters, but for the fun of the audience. We're making progress. Finally, we're making progress. We're moving forward. We got a little cogged up there, but we were able to push forward. And
table setting.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Table setting. We'll get into HQ. And
we'll be in HQ by
the escalation will probably, in my mind, be the betrayal is revealed. They have to get out of HQ, and then the lowest point is them kind of reacting to everything that just happened after escaping. What did we say HQ was?
Yes,
Dallas, Houston,
something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, we can look that up, but and that'll bring us into Act 3.
Yes.
So, okay. Well,
we're doing it.
We did end up making really good progress because before we had.
So we did it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's speed run this ending because.
If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. But leave a comment giving us feedback on what we should change, do differently.
That is required.
Yep, that's required. If you have ideas for sketches, this feature film, just random ideas you want to put in here, feel free to leave those.
Please. Please let us know.
Check them out. If you're not subscribed, you find yourself searking us up to catch a new episode, go ahead and subscribe. That? Yeah, you subscribe, it'll show up on the homepage.
Doesn't cost you anything.
No, it doesn't. And, it really helps us out.
We put our whole self-worth into this, so
we have an Instagram.
Benefit to us.
We have a TikTok. We're doing YouTube Shorts now, just to kind of show off some funny moments.
And maybe by the time this episode airs, we'll be on Spotify.
Yes,
also.
Working on Spotify.
We're working on setting that up. So if it is, we'll put that link in our bio in YouTube and all the other platforms. So if you check us out on Spotify if you prefer to watch podcasts, listen to them that way. We'll be wherever you want us to be. We'll bend to your will. That's fine. So thank you very much for watching.
Let's see.
We love you. Say it back now, please. Say it back. I think they did. Did you hear that? I heard it in my mind's ear.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Tell me about your
everybody.
day. Tell me about your day.
You You want me to
Right.
tell me?
No, I'm
my
talking
day?
to the audience. Talking to the audience. Tell me about your day.
Yeah, tell us about your day.
I care. Yeah? Who asked?
Oh my god. That's so cruel. No, I'm listening to you, audience. And you know what? Sheila is a bitch. I agree with you. Sheila is a bitch. And she's got to get her shit together. She can't be acting like that in the workplace.
Sheila's
So...
But yeah, okay. Bye!
She said all the Sheilas out there. Bye.